Hey, okay, let's just jump right into it because, these videos of mine get really long. So on page 24, where you say, well, at last, a lot of times you can just do well, or you can actually sign W-E-L-L and make it like a smooth well. It's up to you on character choice. So, well, at last, you would sign finally. It's also the sign for success, but depending on how you use it. So just take your fingers here at the cheeks of your mouth and just at last, like have that sarcastic look. Then you say, dear Sarah, please meet me at the duck pond after dinner. I'll bring the stale bread. James leads. And then I'm guessing you sign at this point. How many people did you tell about our going over the wall? So how many, take your fist closed, throw it up. How many people did you tell about, so you scrunch your O, about our, I would just send the two of us, our going over the wall, sign wall, and then climb over it, or however y'all are going to get over a wall, I'm assuming. And then have that question. So that all together, how many people did you tell about our going over the wall? She says, not many, not many. Oren was very upset. Whatever we're doing for Oren yet. Oh, Oren. Oren was very, there's that sign again, very, really, true, was very upset. Take your hand and just flop it over and make that angry look. He's upset. So Oren was very upset. Sarah says, Oren thinks he's the guardian of all of us deaf children because he's an apprentice teacher and speaks. You say Oren thinks blah, blah, blah. You repeat exactly. She says, what he wants, he wants to lead a revolution against the hearing world and thinks we can hardly wait to follow him. You repeat that, and then you say, when his revolution begins, he can have all my old Indian headbands and wire rim glasses. Okay, kind of silly, but so when his revolution, the sign for when is like about, but it's just with your finger. So when his, wherever you've set up Oren in space, you'll have a spot where you've pointed to him. When his revolution, it's not a real sign for that necessarily, but his strike, his revolt. Take an S with your fist and start with it facing you and then point it out. Like think of it like people pulling up those strike banners things. So revolution. So when his revolution starts, he can have all, so all just circles, all my old, the sign for old, think of like a Gandalf beard, like so you're taking it and you're pulling the beard down or you're showing the shape of the beard. Old Indian, you do like 3 dots, 1, 2, 3, think of like Indian paint, their face, Indian. Headbands, I would just classify and show a headband around your head, so just showing the width of the headband. And wire rim glasses, you can use this as a classifier. There's no point in spelling wire and rim. You just show what it looks like. So show your glasses. So circle this and then maybe go back behind your ears and then sign glasses. Typically you would sign glasses first, but it's more English, so you can do it this way. So all of that together is when his revolution begins, he can have all my old Indian headbands and wire rim glasses. The next part, she says, you think it's funny to want to do something for your people. You repeat that. She says, how would you want to spend your life in an institution? Blah, blah, blah. You repeat that. The next part that you actually sign is, why don't you go on a warpath with Oren? Kind of means like, why don't you join him? I feel like he's saying this kind of like annoyed with her. Why don't you just go join him then? So I don't know that the word warpath is important enough, so I would just sign join. So why don't you go join Oren? And the sign for join is like there's a group of people like in this little circle here, so you have one hand to show that there's something here, and then this hand is 2 fingers and you just place it on top like you're going to jump in the pool with them, you're going to join them. So why don't you go on a warpath with Oren? She ignores that. She says, this isn't stale bread. Right, the bread's not stale. I feel so good, I thought I'd bring some fresh bread. So I think we know that sign already, feel so good, I thought I would bring, the sign for bring is like you're holding something and you bring it to yourself. Bring some fresh, just sign new, the sign for new. Sometimes you'll see it with an F, but I don't know, new bread. Bread is like this. So think of this as like a loaf of bread and you're slicing it with a knife into layers. So I feel so good. I thought I would bring some fresh bread. And she says, why do you feel good? Let me move my page here. He says, I haven't seen you for days. You've been avoiding me. So the concept for days it kind of doesn't really have a sign. You have to expand on it a little bit. So just showing like 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, like the time passing is how I would do it. So I haven't seen you. This is like the eyes when you look at someone like this, but you kind of do it over here. I haven't seen you for days. I would do this concept. So you take your fingers here and you show over time. You see it this way. And you go forward with it. So over time, since, that's kind of the concept. So I haven't seen you, and exaggerate that, for days. And the days part, I would just start with like 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, like however many days he thinks is appropriate as a character. So sign for day is like, this is the horizon, this is the sun, going down, that's 1 day. Going down again would be 2 days. So you just add the number. So you could do it, I would start with the number 2 because 1 is kind of implied already. So I haven't seen you in days, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, however much you want to do that. You've been avoiding me. You have avoided. So like this is her, or this is you, this is her. She's like staying away. Avoided me. You've been avoiding me. I even ate lunch in the cafeteria thinking I'd see you. And then she'll probably like look away, be like, so the concept you don't sign. It's just like, but I did it, So I even ate eat lunch, take an L by your chin. I even ate lunch in the cafeteria is a C, like restaurant. I think I taught you that time before. Cafeteria, thinking I would see you. So all that together is, I haven't seen you in days. You've been avoiding me. I even ate lunch in the cafeteria thinking I would see you. She says something, you repeat. Oh, then you sign, well, I didn't see you. Like, well, I didn't see you. Not see you. I hate to say this, but you're the most mysterious, attractive, angry person I've met. So, sometimes you'll see it this way, or sometimes you'll see it here and you'll throw it like you're trying to get their attention, like, So, I hate to say this. The sign for hate is like dislike, but just throw it like, I hate to say this, but you are the most, sign for most, you're right, your dominant hand goes up, most mysterious. I would do like this sign, like there's something mystical. Think of like an orb around her, like you can visually see like something's there. Mysterious, attractive is this sign. So wherever she's at, you will take your hands and start here with open, and they just wiggle and follow into its close. Basically, like think of like tunnel vision, like you're looking at that person. And then angry, sign for angry, you have to do it with an angry face, and just put it over your face. And then we know person, and the sign for met or meet, like nice to meet you. So all that to say, I hate to say this, but you are the most mysterious, attractive, angry person I've ever met. She says, why did you miss me? Why did you miss me? Well, and then you say, why do people miss each other? So why do people, the sign for miss, you take it on your chin and you just twist it, sadly. Miss each other. I think we already know that sign too. She says, go get out of here, either to the ducks or Lydia. I'm not sure on that. James calls after her, wait. Oh, that's right, Lydia. I don't think he would be signing this part because he's yelling at Lydia. So she leaves, and then he signs back to Sarah. That was a bit rough, wasn't it? I don't know if he means rough as in like mean, or like rough as in that was a terrible situation because I yelled at a deaf person. I don't know what he means by that. So I'm going to give you 2 options and you can pick. So that, we know that sign, that, or you can even point to wherever the conversation happened. So if you and Sarah are talking over here and Lydia's over here, you can sign that, being that situation. I lost my place. That was a bit, and that was a bit rough, like rough being tough, difficult, challenging, or you could sign mean. Like that was a bit mean, wasn't it? Like should I have not yelled at her? So it depends on how you take it as an actor. So you could also do that was a bit mean. The sign for mean is your hands are open. They start this way from each other, and then when they cross, they close. So mean. And then the wasn't it part was just like eyebrows. So that was a bit mean, wasn't it? And just say wasn't it, but have that question mark look on your face. And she says, should I treat her like she's handicapped? Oh, Sarah was mean to her. Okay. So I would sign mean. That was my misunderstanding of the concept. Okay, anyways. You think the only alternative to treating someone like they're handicapped is to treat them like that? And she says yes. So this one, we're just going to do pretty much straight English on this one. So you think the only alternative, I would sign other option. There's not a word for a sign for alternative. So take your hand, other, flick your thumb out, other. Option are, these are your choices, and you're going to pick one or the other option. So you think the only alternative to treating, the sign for treating is kind of a concept because it shows an interaction. So typically like this is you and this is me and we're going back and forth. You have a conversation, I have a conversation, treating. So you do it this way, basically. Treating someone like they are the handicapped. You could do HC, handicap. They might also want disability or disabled, DA. It kind of just depends on the language choice that our deaf person uses as well, because handicap typically in sign language means like a wheelchair or like a physical disability, like they can't walk, they have a leg that's cut off or something. Disability is typically used for hearing loss, but that's neither here nor there. So we'll just do handicap for now, HC. I'm getting on a rant, sorry. Handicap is to treat them like, similar, the sign like that, and point that to where the treatment just happened in space. So that whole thing is, you think the only alternative to treating someone like they are handicapped is to treat them like that? She says yes. You should get out of the toilet cleaning business and give some seminars on interpersonal relationships. This is a funny line. Okay, so it's kind of tongue-in-cheek here. So you should get out of the toilet cleaning business. I would sign quit. So quit is like the opposite of join. So you're in this and then you decide to pull yourself out. You quit. Like, I'm done. So quit the toilet, shake a T, toilet cleaning business is like work, but with a B, and it kind of moves back and forth, business. And give some seminars. I would do sign for lecture. Seminars on, I would do, not this one actually. Go ahead and do on. This physical, like to put something on you, but it works for your character. On interpersonal relationships. You can do inside, like in your soul. Interpersonal, take a P and swirl it over your chest on the left side. Relationships. We've done that before. So that sign right there, that whole sentence. You should get out of the toilet cleaning business and give some seminars on interpersonal relationships. And I think that's where you said to stop. And it's already 15 minutes. Oh my gosh, that was long. I'm sorry. Okay, let me know if you have questions. Bye.